Okay, I was just looking at this movie which had this story in two ways with the same conclusions. So I'm going to tell you the story how I heard it, and I'm going to tell you the story how I made my own story to it, which was the same conclusion. And so here goes. Once upon a time, there was this king who was very happy with his son. His wife had died. To make a long story short, the king found a young lady that he fell in love with, and he married her, and she became queen. Well, everyone thought that she was an evil witch when she married him. They thought that she was poisoning him and giving him wine with poison in it, and so he ended up dying by being poisoned. And so the son was upset because he was too young to rule, and so the queen became ruler, which she was a witch, and she turned into an evil ruler over the kingdom. And so the son found a young lady that he fell in love with which was the farmer's daughter, which she didn't approve with. And so he ran away with her. He fell asleep with her out in the woods, and then when he woke up that morning, his soon-to-be wife was dead. He thought that the queen for sure did it because she didn't approve of her. So he went back and told the village and the kingdom what the queen had did, and they roared up against her and set the castle on fire, which burned her away and ended up killing her. Well, the next story was, but that wasn't true. What happened was, the king met this young lady, which he fell in love with, was really a good person, and he was dying of old age, and she was trying to take care of him, but it didn't help, and he died anyways. The son was upset because he was young and he couldn't be king, that she had the rights to be the queen and ruler over the kingdom. So he then found a young lady and act like he was in love with her. Of course, the queen didn't approve because she was not of their standard. So he pretended and ran away with her and was pretending like he was in love with her. Well, he killed her and then said that the queen was mad at him for being with her, and she killed the young lady. But what happened was he killed her and blamed it on the queen and got the village and the kingdom to go up against the queen, and they burned the castle down, and she died. Well, then I came up with mine, and I said, well, what if the king met a young woman which he fell in love with, and so she became queen. He got old and he died. She tried to take care of him. The son was jealous of that, and so yes, he went, and so he ran away with a young lady that he really did fall in love with. He fell asleep, and when he woke up, somebody else had killed her, and he assumed that the queen killed her because she didn't approve of her. So he got the village and the kingdom up against her, and they went up against the queen, burnt down the castle, and killed her. So I was thinking maybe we should make this a challenge and see how many stories can we come up with in this same story with the same conclusion. The king dies. The king marries the young woman, makes her queen. He dies some kind of way. The young man meets a young farmer girl that the queen don't approve of, and the young lady dies in some kind of way. But the same conclusion of it is that the queen is going to be blamed for it, and she ended up dying for whatever happened. So can you make up your own story to go with that? Let's see how far it goes. It's worth a try. I think it's fun too. So have fun.